Hey, y'all, my bad. We were just singing in the background. You know what I'm saying? You know how we
Singing in
do.
the background.
Singing in the background. Just working on the things. Y'all miss us. The cousins is back, y'all. The cousins is back. We had a little week off. You know what I'm saying? I probably needed it. I ain't gonna say I did, but thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, for getting our life together so I can get mine.
I enjoyed that break.
I enjoyed it too. Okay, I needed it. It worked out
But
for the best.
it's a 1 week break. We don't need a few months break.
Yeah, no, that we're forever broken at that part. We broken up. Ain't no break. We broken up.
I feel like I've been spinning the black.
Right. By the time I get back to you, I'm gonna have somebody new. Just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm be on something new. I'm be something new by the time I see y'all again. You know. Luckily, some of the cast over there be trying to reach out to us, trying to keep us.
Thank God.
Thank God they be trying to reach out to us because child, I'd be like, who are you again?
Who you
Anyway,
talk to find out about these breaks and why they keep happening?
right. I don't know who we need to talk to. We gotta talk to somebody though. Anywho,
Apparently, we
where
can't talk to the cast because the cast didn't know either.
so they say.
So
So
they
they
say.
say. So they say. Our skin glowing today. It's summertime. We glow. We glow in the summer. You know how black people do. We get highlighted in the summer. You
Not
know.
we glowing. Oh shoot.
Our melody. Oh no, don't you start. You over there sipping on stuff and I've been sipping on stuff today. So we ain't gotta worry about these glow.
It's high C fruit punch.
Wonderful.
Really? That's all? That's all? That
That's
ain't the only thing.
wonderful. Wonderful. Good job. I appreciate the
That's all
green.
I got in my cup. El said, thank you very much.
I appreciate the green of it all. I love it. You know what I'm
Wait a
saying?
minute. You're drinking high C in a wine glass?
First of all, Elsa, it is
What did
her
I
cup.
say when you see me? I said, what up though? That should have told you everything you needed to know.
It's ghetto. Oh my
Get
God.
out.
Ew. The ghetto.
Let me channel Clavassier's friend for a moment.
The ghetto. Child. All right. Anyways, can I do the intro, y'all? Because I can't ever get through this part. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another round. We are back with the Never Ever Mets. I can't get through it. I can't honestly. With the Never Ever Met season 2, episode 8. I'm your cousin Jay. I'm here joined with my other two cousins, Rhonda and El Cid. We are here every Friday while this show is going on to break it down and give y'all the news as my cat feeder goes off in the background. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Thank God y'all didn't. Act like you didn't. Gaslight, 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 since I felt gaslit a couple of times through this episode. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get started, y'all. How y'all feeling today?
It ain't easy being green. Hey.
I thought you were gonna say greasy.
It's been a long, short week. Why is it that the holiday weeks it feels like the longest week? But I'm here.
How was the holiday for y'all?
It was chill. You
It
know.
was- mm,
These holidays like this, like, don't, there's no preparation for it. We ate. We ate very good. And then besides that, back to regular scheduled programming.
yeah. Is there any veterans in the house? You know. All right, that's what that was for you. All right. Anyway, we're moving on now. Moving on with this week's episode. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the day off, so it didn't really mean much to me. You know what I'm saying? But I did get a hot link in there. So I was happy. I was happy.
The hot link.
Yeah, well, as long as it was hot and it was a link, I'm all right. Anywho. uh, Speaking of hot links people will never get. Uh, Jeez. It's not looking too good for our boy Ty. Jared decided he'd come clean. I'm still not sure what Chris is doing or seeing or saying. yeah.
Wasting time.
How y'all feel about tonight's episode and where y'all want to get started with? Start with whoever, because at this point I'm just like, I ain't got no more. I ain't got no more.
I mean, start at the beginning. Where did we start over here?
Well, a little bit of, who's next? A game of who's next.
Who's
Who's
game?
next to leave? Because we had the dramatic exit.
I mean, I still feel like I don't know because these people are like, having these conversations and then they're like, but we can work on it. Is it? Oh, I mean, when you walk into something brand new, is working on it something that you should encounter? Like, I feel like if 2 weeks, this should have been a blast for 2 weeks. It's very stressful.
It is. I'm trying to think back, the back in the day when we didn't have like all this technology and communication things. And, when you seen a person that you ain't really seen in a minute, but, y'all decided to go kick it for a little while and hang out today. Was it this complicated? I don't remember being it this complicated. I feel like you said, Rhonda, we just have fun. It smoothed and worked out. If it worked out, if it didn't, I went home. Cause what the hell am I staying here for?
What am I staying for?
It was a lack of expectations back in the day, or people just knew where they stood. They're on the same page. We here for a moment, just a short time, not a long time.
I miss those days.
I've only gone on 2 online dates in my life. I ain't spent a whole lot of time over there. I mean, when you meet the person, the chemistry, either it's there or it's not there. I don't feel like chemistry is something you find 3-4 months down the line. You get there, you find out everything that you've been getting on this communication that's been online. When you get to the people in person, it's either a yes or a no. I mean, Elsie, you can speak on that.
Yeah, see, but I'm a little bit blunt. I have been on more online dates. I had a summer or 2 of fun online dating, and yeah, if the chemistry is not there, then fine. If the chemistry is not there, then I'm bold enough to say it. It's like, you know what, this has been fun. It was really awesome meeting you. We had a better rapport online, but I don't think this is gonna go anywhere.
It ain't gonna work. Thank you.
But then you have others where you're like, hey, I ain't looking for a relationship. We can hang. How do you hang?
Wow. My online dating wasn't as extensive, and nor was I probably in it for the right reasons. So, if you call me in that small window of probably in less than a year of trying it out, I don't know. I never had too much to worry about. Like Elsa said, if your chemistry was off, if I managed to even come out in person to see you, your chemistry was off. Wasn't much going on there. But, like I say,
but then are you talking about too? I never dated somebody that was not in the same, like there was no challenge of distance. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could, like, we talk to each other, we see what it is. This whole, you live in one state and I live in another state, I'm not entertaining that because I'm not going nowhere.
I haven't had a challenge in distance since college days. I think that was like the last time I had a real challenge in distance. Now I will put off. I will put off coming to see you. I mean, life be happening, things be going on, and it's not necessarily I don't want to see you. I do want to see you, but it might get pushed back a little bit. Now, will I push it back to some years? Not if I'm really trying to see you. Not if I'm really if I'm really trying to see you and we're talking on a regular. Heck no, I can't do no years.
Yeah, I need to see you after a week because I need to know if I'm wasting my time or not. I can't invest more than a week. Knock that pin over and just keep on pushing. I can't waste that time. But I have dated. Long distance for me is like 2-3 hours away, but we still in the same state, that's as far as I'm willing to go, or was willing to go.
I feel the same way Chaz. Chaz says, I have a hard time believing any of the alleged online phone conversations are real. They are certainly not believable. I say that at the same time as the episodes go through a little bit. Some people's things is like, oh, you were actually thinking this was, oh, my bad. My bad. Like tonight's episode really like did that for me with like Tai, with like Charlie or whatever and stuff like that. Maybe even Jared, a little bit of Jared's story initially, maybe even a little bit of that story initially. And I was just like, oh, some people are delulu out here. Some people are a little delulu because in my mind, I'm like, unless we're really having fire conversation, and like I said, I've never really talked to somebody in that manner online as far as we're going somewhere serious. So I can't totally speak for that part of it, but it's still, even if it's not on whatever wavelength I'm on, I'm just kind of like, yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm not about to waste the time with you because what? You ain't even come to me right. You ain't even approach me right. Like first. I don't know.
I've been wondering why some of the things are such a mystery. Like, what is your motivation? When I went online dating, I feel like my motivation was boredom. I was, on a break from my relationship. And I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I actually, after I went on an online date, went right back where I started with my ex because I was like, this ain't it. So what's the motivation? Is your motivation to find this partner that's supposed to be your forever person?
Well, mine was catch and release. I'm sorry, it wasn't to find. It was catch and release.
Yeah, hers is so confusing because she's like, "What are we doing?" But it also sounds like she's in it for a long haul. I be having no clue what else it. Sometimes like what?
if I happily find my person, he found me, that's fine. That is a unintended benefit. But at the time, I was, not serious at all.
You were just outside trying to see what's up.
You're just sports
exactly.
Fishing.
But you weren't dating somebody. You were entertaining somebody out of the state, though. That's what I'm saying. So if you find something, you catch and you release or whatever you was doing over there, you caught something, he caught you, and you decided to continue.
I feel like if I'm connecting with somebody outside of my state, I'm lacking something emotional near. Because that's the only reason I'm connecting with you. Clearly, it's not on nothing physical or nothing like that. It's just a straight emotional thing, like, or whatever. And sometimes I'll probably be like, let me leave you over there because that's what I got you for. Like, I don't need you in person. But you have to like really be that person to talk to me in a certain type of way. And then it's just like, let's make this happen. Seriously. I can see most of these relationships that are like 5 months, maybe a year, within the year and stuff like that. But when we start talking about 4 years and above and all that stuff like that, and I ain't seen you, we don't have a relationship. That's how I just look at it. And not only that I don't see you, I don't even expose children to you. So let's just talk about Charlie and Jared a little bit.
Can I tell you my joy when I saw her face cracking? I was like, oh, ain't nothing funny? We not laughing this week, girl? I am.
Jared's still smiling.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of not mad at Jared. I feel like in the beginning, when they was revealing their secrets, he was trying to tell her he wasn't about to try to be over there with all them children. And she was like, no, just stop right there. And he was like, all right, well then I'm cracking.
You ain't trying to hear me, so here it is. Y'all see it?
I'm kind of torn with it because on one side he did try to tell her and she's like, I just need you to just try. That's all I need for you to just try. And he's like, okay, I'm trying with you right now and I can't get it together. And he's like, yeah. And I'm sorry, if I'm playing this game and I expect this game to be anonymous, I don't expect my answers on this piece of paper to pop out and bite me. But that's partially his fault because he told the fellas, he said F no. But he tried to tell her. He tried to tell her and she cut him off. So now she's getting cut off.
Well, that answer was rude. He didn't have to say F no.
That's how he felt in the moment. Okay, we have to validate his feelings. Feelings are real sometimes. Sometimes. Anywho, I am torn between the two. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ha ha ha, Charlie, because you've been acting like you're untouchable and you and this man have this solid little deal worked out or whatever. But I also tell y'all, this is the reason why I don't trust people that withhold information when they don't need to, like this, or just bold-faced lie to you, because they'll do it again. It's just that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really that easy. So for me, I just be kind of like feeling some type of way. And I'm not trying to say like holier than thou or whatever, but y'all kind of made a pact that y'all wouldn't tell nobody according to what she said, and you agreed to it, that y'all wouldn't tell no more secrets to each other, withhold any more information. Now, I'm also by the don't ask, don't tell it policy. I'm not always as transparent. I'm honest, but I'm not always as transparent as need be. So, if you don't ask him straight up, then is he lying? Now, we do know for a fact that he lied about the F no comment. He told her flat out in the kitchen his answer was yes, and that was a lie. So it was like, I don't know what's going on with you two, because sis, what do you want from him when you sat here and lied about kids? Because you was ashamed about who you were or how you are seen in a man's eyes. If a man don't want me and my children, so be it. I don't want that man. So you are basically lying to get what you get, so you can't pitch a fit at this point. Like, that's how I be looking at it. So I was like kind of like torn, because if this wasn't anybody else, or we didn't see what was going on in the background with Charlie, it'd be all the way effed up, because you basically conned her out the coochie. But knowing how you even got this man in the first place, and then you like to have a little kiki about everybody else's situation, like yours is squeaky clean. I'm kind of like, well, I don't know what to tell you, sis. Should have seen that one coming.
Isn't being conned out the coochie the name of the game? Isn't that how the game works? Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, but some players are doing it to themselves.
I feel like this. You can find a man and you have all these children. You can find a man and you have all these children, and he can decide still to go there and be with you. You can't spring all these kids on somebody and then expect him to process it when he had a different. Maybe I just, I'm just as bad as Jared. Maybe I feel like I would have went over there and like, I'm here, like I'm not taking care of all these kids, but I've been waiting 4 years. Like, why do I like feel sympathy? Maybe not sympathy, but I can understand where he's coming from.
Go ahead, Elsie, then I'll go.
It's multi-layered, okay? Mm-hmm. It's like, and this is going to sound very harsh. It's like, okay, well, why? Okay, in my opinion, it's like, why would you want it? Why would you want it? Why would you want to con and get it in the first place? She, has these several children, one by a one-night stand because she was mad at you. Okay. So why would I even? But then again, the other side is like, well, if you let a stranger get with it, it's my turn. So for me, it would be more of, I need to see that doctor's note before I even try to do anything. But again, the game is meant to be played. Okay. The game is meant to be played. I I'm side-eyeing Jared. I'm really side-eyeing him. And I'm looking at her and saying, young lady, it seems like you just wanted to be so in love that you missed the stop signs. You missed the flashing red signs. Because Jared, that we have seen in this edited show, Jared didn't give you no indication other than he want to move into your house. No indication he want to live together and have this family together, except to lay up in your house, move to your neck of the woods. And that sounds like abandoning his children.
That don't even sound like he gave that, though. It was more so they was having a conversation about the houses and stuff, and she said, "Oh, I got this house and stuff," and he was like, "Oh, because," and I'm not saying that he's telling the truth in this episode. You know what I'm saying? We still got to hold his words with a grain of salt, child. But if what he was saying was true, like I was having an idea of moving you to where I am with one kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, she already explained she makes more than him. She got a whole house established and stuff like that. It's like, you know, what am I supposed to do? I can't afford you, let alone now I got to feed other mouths according with you. Like, so if we was to take his story or whatever and stuff like that, it's not so much that he was trying to move into her space, but like you said, Elle said, he's not really giving her he hasn't given her anything since the time they laid each other's bombs on each other. And he's just been like, well, hell, I'm just trying to crack at this point. Cause like Rhonda said, I've been here for years. I've been waiting. And you've been letting everybody.
Come on.
Yeah, everybody done been able to get it.
He's been waiting since high school.
First of all, I'm just trying to figure out how this PlayStation made it to him before she made it to him. Chad, I'd have brought you the PlayStation if I just thought about this. I would have brought over. I would have been at your door with the PlayStation, baby. What?
And meanwhile, all he doing is playing with her station. Okay.
Well, she's letting it be played with.
She put it out there. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm living in my masculinity today a little bit.
I live it over there.
You took any pills today?
I did.
Oh no, don't let this be the last week you watch it. Then you won't come play with us. I feel you, Rhonda. I'm just like, you know, to me. So this is why I feel like you didn't have to count her out the coochie, because I think we all agree that we feel like she would at least gave it to him at least once.
Give it to you anyway.
He would have gave it to you at least once. You know what I'm saying? Because she too has been waiting 4 years to play with your joystick. Okay, so
it's phenomenal. You better run fast because
the controller is really user friendly. Like,
and you the last boss she's trying to conquer.
Hello. Ooh. Hello. I feel like had he just been honest about where he stood, I do believe, like I said, it's a little bit of both of them, though we know that they could tell some lies. It's a little bit of both of them, I believe, in this episode. I do believe had he been straight up and forward with her, she would have been on the same page. And just, you know, been willing to, even if in the back of her mind is, I can trap this dude, the coochie make him, you know what I'm saying? Like, coochie get you now, like, you know, I'm about to turn this out. So I feel like even if that was in the back of her mind, she would have been like, okay, let me ride this wave. See where it go. Maybe I could secretly change his mind over time. You know what I'm saying? But he just needed to be honest. Flat out, period. Because you told that lady you was in it to win it, and you really weren't. And every day has been a different day with you, and you was okay to feel like that. That was a major bomb. It wasn't like, oh, we exchange energies. Yeah, you got a kid, I got a kid. Ooh, cool. No, you got 3. That was a lot.
I feel like if she would have came where I just had a baby, he couldn't say nothing because he just had a baby.
Right.
But the whole time we've been together, you've been lying about 2 children. And how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? My children this is who I am. I'm out here as a woman doing whatever the thing is that I'm supposed to get to my happily ever after. But my children are part of the story. So
she said it. She said she didn't want to hear this, somebody not wanting to be with her because she got 4 kids.
You don't want to hear the truth.
Come on.
No, I want to lie to myself, and I want you to lie to me too.
And that's why we're here. That's why you're here getting heartbroken, because you're not even in a space to sit there and accept your own truth. Your truth is you now have 4. You have 4 children. Gavin Samuels is gone, baby. Get out of that. Get out of that.
Come on.
Because obviously out here in this world, I'm going to be honest with you, that does not stop a man from coming to be with you in a real way. Now, it might not be the one that you particularly want in that moment. But if you free yourself from all these burdens of having to lie and play games with a person, you can get your person, like, straight up. Because that person that's in the moment is not even your person. If you got to do all of this to get them, that's not your person anyway. Let's be for real.
And she could be honest if she just wanted to taste the, rainbow. She could be honest. It's like, I spent all this time. She could also have the stance that Jared had. We've talked all this time. I need to at least sample the goods. She could be honest.
She said, I make my own money. I don't need your money. I got this all by myself. I take care of my kids. So then what are you lying about?
So that's what translated into me. I'm in it for the D. Sis, say that. Say that. Because when I heard that, I said, oh, she's in it for the D. Okay, cool.
Black queen.
Zebra.
I mean, don't get me started.
I'm just saying, like, bro, what are we doing? Now you over here trying to play mad with him and stuff. That's why I'm like torn in between the two, because it's like, sis, both of y'all could have just been honest from jump. Hey, I got kids over here. What you trying to do?
Jared, who is these kids with? Both with the same mother, or you got another one like that you about to go back to? After you came over here and cracked Charlie, is the baby mama the 6 month, or he said he out here still looking for the right one?
Well, that's the 2 different women's anyway. From how it sounds 2 different women's. But who knows? It could be deeper secrets in this. You know what I'm saying? Why he's trying to find him an escape route?
Come on,
because he's been trying to find one since he got it. Okay. So I'm like, yeah. Oh, and then you got Chris over here giving him the advice. You need to go ahead and just tell her now. Like, before, tell her now. Yeah, y'all should have been told her to tell him to tell her.
45 minutes is going to make a difference.
It's been here for 3 days, 2 weeks. Like, what? What are we doing? I don't know. But yeah, her sister came. Was it her sister? Who was that? Her friend, her best friend,
his sister.
His sister. They came. How we feel about the sister? Because the best friend, I didn't really see the best friend giving much of anything.
I think the sister knows exactly who her brother is. And she's like, I'm going to come over here with you, just based on the way that she handled Charlie with kid gloves, even though she's over here lying to you. She's like, y'all are made for each other, it seems like. I like the sister.
His sister was shocked at the kids, and then not shocked that he kind of omitted his behavior in the mix. And she's like, oh, just like back home. Oh, just like when we growing up. Mm-hmm. And she looked at Charlie, and I guess they had more of a conversation because, again, with all of this, I make my own money and I take care of my kids. We don't know what her setup is. We don't know how she makes her money. We heard the size of the house. We heard all this. And they intentionally don't tell us how these people make their money. And now we're left to wonder, like, oh, okay. The sister must have heard more than that she's like, hey, girl, I got your back. You are worthy. You are amazing no matter what anybody says to you. And she gave him a look on the way out. She, as Rhonda said, she knew who her brother is, and she was able to make a complete U-turn once she heard Charlie's side of it.
Oh, well, she told us She know who her brother is. When she gave us the spiel of, I'm gonna go ahead and ride for my niggas. I die for my niggas, but I'm gonna have to keep it real with my niggas. Okay, real quick. Cause say what, bro? You know, cause I don't like liars. Okay. But you know, I'm gonna ride with my brother over here because that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my little, you know what I'm saying? I help raise it, little, you know what I'm saying? But I hear you, sis. Still don't negate from the fact you told your lies either. But yeah, had he told a little bit more truth since y'all made y'all pact, I feel where you coming from right now. I feel where you coming from. And you know what? I ain't gonna hold Charlie. I like the way that she explained it. She was pretty much calm through the situation. She really explained and she took accountability for her parts. Like, yo, basically, I don't have room to really talk too much about anything. But truth be told, we did say we was gonna be honest about stuff moving forward from here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what really stung her the most. Is because it's like, you know what, I knew you was a little fibber because I was a little fibber, but we agreed. But I don't know how you gonna try to think you're gonna agree with a liar.
How are you gonna make an agreement with a liar? Come on, y'all are lying for 4 years about whole children.
There's a bunch of scammers and a bunch of honor amongst thieves.
Come on.
Never a liar. Never a liar.
But here's the thing, as you know, we've been lying for 4.5 years. We started in the house lying to each other before the dinner. It's like, now you want me to start being honest after only a week? This has been built on 4.5 years worth of lies. We need more time.
I need to be able to get my lies together first. Please allow me some space. I need a little space for my lies. Oh my goodness.
Ooh-wee.
The question is, did she give her brother the lock her down, or the chick is goof troop look? Oh, when she left. Oh, options.
I don't understand. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why would she give the locker down? Look, I don't think she gave the locker down. Wait, huh?
Meaning, solidify the relationship.
I know, but I'm just really like, I don't see her, the sis like saying solidify this. She's like, she more than likely is like, y'all both some idiots. I don't care if you
it don't seem like that was her advice. Her advice is like, well, girl, next time when you meet a man, try to mention those children in the front, not in the back. Brother, do better.
Right. You're both stupid. That's the right. I can't believe I'm here with this foolishness right now.
Right. And no more boom boom room. Keep your tails to yourself.
Oh yeah, it's too late. Sis she can give all the looks for that one, and she won't. That ain't gonna do nothing. This one over here talking about it was amazing. It was glorious.
That's what she was telling her friend. So.
Right. Shoot, she going right back to that room, child.
Jared is the type of person that will say just enough for you to play yourself. You to think we go together. And he'll be like, when confronted, he's like, I never said that. And it's true. Never said that.
Jared is an HNG man, for real. He's going to hand you the rope and say, do what you will. Okay. All I do is go pull the lever as soon as I get you in the spot. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I probably should have been honest a little bit. I don't know. I thought I was honest. You didn't hear me. You didn't want to hear me.
And didn't. She was like, shh.
We don't say that word here. No.
Just stop at that. You're going to try. Let's leave it right there. And he's like, okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to try the bedroom too. That's where I'm going to try it.
I'm going to try to crack. How about that kind of try?
Well, speaking of people trying to crack, but never going to get it.
Oh.
Never going to get it. Never going. Whoa. Tai never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Tai never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Oh. And he knew.
I feel like he's used to that. He's used to that. Oh, Tai.
Oh my God, how did he know? How did he know, child? He knew though. He knew. He was like, baby girl, you hesitated way too long for me.
I'm glad he knew. I'm glad he, instead of like being completely delusional.
I'm glad he said something.
I'm glad he said it. We both go sit up here and lie. Oh, and then what? Because we don't want to like hurt each other's feelings. His feelings is hurt. You left the man over there at his house begging you for some tongue.
Go ahead, Elsa, because I see you up here. Elsa, I thought you was gonna say something. Okay. As I got Black man jumping out the back. Child, I'm just at the space right now because y'all know I felt some type of way about Tai in the beginning. I still actually feel some type of way about Tai right now. But if this lady don't stop trying to play in my face and gaslight me into seeing something I did not see, girl, why do you want to continue to protect him when you don't want him? What are we protecting?
Well, and you're kind of being an asshole. So what are you protecting him from?
Right. You sit here, you talk about he didn't cover you and gloss over the fact that you want to lie in his face right now. Ma'am, you don't want this man. Just tell the truth. You tried.
She's just mad he got to jump on her. That's it. That's it. How dare you reject me? No. The whole I'm protecting your feelings is how dare you say you don't want me in front of all these people when I'm not going to do that to you.
That's on you. That's the funniest thing about expectation. Stop expecting people to be like you. That's what you chose to do. He didn't choose to do that. You're mad at the choices that he make any damn way. So just add this one to the list.
He's tired of jumping through hoops. He's done everything she asked. I cooked you dinner, all the things. I brought you breakfast. Every time you say what it is, and then he's like, okay, well, here I am doing this. And he said, now I see where he's coming from. He said he feel like no matter what he do, she's not going to be satisfied. And I didn't get that then, but now I see what he's talking about.
And why is it Jared got to let her see that tables turn? She ain't doing anything for Tai?
And she's still lying.
She still didn't care. She's like, I am not going to do anything for him. I'll let you know now. Only thing I can do for him is try to cover him in public with y'all. But in private, I'm going to talk about him to y'all. So what difference did it make? Like, if we're in front of everybody, in private, you've been telling everybody you don't like the man.
You've been saying it to everybody.
So in public, you're going to make him look like a fool because everybody knows behind his back you don't like him. But in front of his face, you're going to lie to him? What? Now, the part that they flip back on to Tai is like when we do get in the kitchen and we trying to talk to it, where she was trying to gaslight him real quick and saying that I don't ever get to talk. Ma'am, you don't talk when you get the chance to talk. However, Tai, shut up in this moment, okay? Let her go ahead and talk. Stop saying, can I speak? Can I speak? No, you already knew you couldn't speak when she said, damn, you never let me speak. Then just let her speak.
Yeah, let her speak. She ain't gonna say it.
Let her use that rope. Let her use that rope. Just that's when you hush. That's when one of the men, like Chris, all up in the mix looking.
Child, they was like, wearing me out in that kitchen, looking through the cabinets, pretending to wash dishes. All came in the kitchen to hear this conversation. Probably because she told everybody.
Probably because she jumped up and ran away. You wanted an audience, sis. You could have sat right there and just listened to him say. He said, and how he actually did cover you, it said the question didn't ask for anything more. I gave my answer. That is it. This is for me and her to talk about when she's ready to talk about it. That was basically his covering of you. He didn't go all the way to what I just said at the end, but that's basically what he was saying. is if it needs more explanation, guess who's gonna get the explanation? Her, away from y'all.
She is. Yeah.
If she want to know why I gave that answer, she can ask me why I gave that answer. What she chose to do is get up and run. You wanted the audience, sis, because you already knew what you've been telling all these people. So you already know you're going to get it. And Jay is front row in the audience like, please go home, because you're feeling on everybody, man. And I was thinking that at the time that it was happening. And when they showed the clip, I said, damn it, I knew it. I knew it. Jay was like, get her up and out this thing, because she touched on my man one more damn time. We're going to be wrestling, tussling up in his house. Keep playing with me, Heifer.
Can you imagine? I felt that energy, though, because I feel like if I was in the house, I'd be like, wait a second. We cool and all, but what are you doing? Why is she tickling you? Cinco's like, get your ass from over there.
That's what Cinco knew to put them on the bottom in his list. He knew.
She gotta go. She got to go.
She's like, they could go home right now. She was ready to get rid of her. And production, that was the first bit of tea that you spilled on time. So we kind of have the build up and we understand why Jay want them gone. Because Ty live up the street, he can go real quick. And she could get a car, drop him off, then drop her off at the airport.
I mean, but if that's what she's attracted to, then why wouldn't she go for that type of, you know what I'm saying?
Because Ty's brother convinced her that his they make a good match.
I get what she goes for, because when you get down to Cinco, it's this, you know, Cinco got a little sense on his head. And I'm not saying that Ty don't. Ty, you got to work through all the clownery, foolery of it all to get to probably some sense up in there. But sometimes the person don't want to do all of that. I just want to have a just like a regular conversation with you without having to clown and do all this extra stuff. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. Go ahead.
Is it that Ty, you know, and I mean all this in sincerity, is it that Ty feels that, you know, the point he is on the market, on the scale, is that he has to work on his personality. He just is showing too much personality. He got to just taper it back. You know, some people realize the personality is what's going to draw the ladies in. And I think that's Ty's shtick.
And that's fine. I'm not saying Ty needs to change anything. It just doesn't work for her. But she needs to be honest about that with Ty instead of everybody else in the house. And then get mad when he's actually being honest with everybody else in the house in front of you instead of behind your back. Because early in the episode, I was like, oh God, my man is delusional. Because when they was like, oh, how did it go at the house with you and stuff like that? Because in the background, you can hear everybody with negative expectations of how it went.
They was like, what did happen over there?
Right. And then, you know what I'm saying? And he was just over here. Yeah, I made her favorite this. I did this for her. I did that for her. And I was like, bro, you did a lot for her. What happened? What did she say? What did she do? Like, it was a lot of what you did, but none of what actually happened.
But that was him covering her too. That was him covering her too.
Yeah, but he was covering himself at the same time. Oh, it was great. It was this, because he don't know that she been going behind his back saying whatever. So it was a bit of covering my ass, and she just follows under this umbrella. But he was still being delulu. And so when we got to the game and he realized like, oh, okay, you got some hesitation with that answer.
So then what?
Why do I got to why do I need to protect your feelings? Because that didn't protect him. I don't know how she felt that protected him. You got to be better with your lies. If you're going to be sitting there trying to protect somebody, you know what I'm saying? You got to be already ahead of the game with it. You can't sit there with a long hesitation and be like, do you think y'all going to have good sex?
Oh. Are they even like spending that type of time together? I feel like you could come to this house and be like, listen, I'm not sleeping with you here. If we're going to like take this to the next level, then it's probably not going to happen here. But you can still be like cuddle together and be, you know what I mean, close to each other and see if you're going to like it. It's only, 2-3 weeks?
I could still answer that question without hesitation if I feel like I'm going to give you some.
As soon as I'm going to give you.
Yeah. You sit here and sit there and tell you, oh, it's going to be looking fantastic when I actually put it on. Then, okay, I can guarantee you that.
They're not doing that.
If anything.
Or yes, and I've had no complaints and won't get any complaints here either.
Right. Like I'm saying, if I don't know how it's gonna be on his end, on my end, it's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Simply amazing. Beautiful. It's gonna be all the adjectives that are positive. What? Hello? Flowers blooming, gardening, like it smells like
I mean, maybe. Put a bag over his head.
Her face was like,
why y'all had to put that question in there? Why y'all put that question in there?
That's what she basically said. I threw up in my mouth a little bit. My bad. She was like, I'm sorry I had to swallow.
The nerve of her. I feel like she thinks he's not on her level.
Aunt ain't.
I guess.
That's how she feels. That's how she feels. Aunt ain't.
That's how she told her mother.
Child, she done told many people in this house he ain't never gonna get it. So, ma'am, what is you covering? What are we covering?
She told him across the pool. Nope, never ever going to the boom boom room with you.
Somebody else in the house, maybe, but not with you. Yeah. Ever. You're never ever going to meet this.
Coming.
Never going to ever meet this coochie. That's a real never ever mess for you.
You can meet the feet. You can meet the feet. Nothing above it. Nothing above the ankle.
Oh no, you can meet my mouth with some crab legs. That's about it. Not your crab leg though. Not when I'm fresh from the sea. From the ocean only.
I'm gonna let that rest.
Well, she didn't. She like, yeah, no.
I don't know. I don't think that's a good feeling. I don't assign to that type of behavior. I feel like when you manipulating a person to the point where you know you're just using them and you know they're getting nothing in return, that's the kind of karma I'll be wanting.
I don't know what I know they like to sit here and tell us, oh, I want my paycheck, oh, I want this or whatever and stuff like that. I mean, like, if that's the case, you need to get some better acting. Because what?
I mean, if we stand for the paycheck, then let both of us be in on it. You know what I'm saying? And we could just kick it and have a good time. And when it's over, then it's over.
Like Jay and Cinco. See what good communication can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Communicating. Y'all better take that to the bank. Y'all see how they communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's not real between them, they like, obviously they would be. If for me, they'd have been communicating how to get this check because, child, they stirring the pots.
It's starting to become entertainment for them. They're like, let's play another game.
They're plotting together at night. Like, who are we gonna get rid of next? Because what? If they were,
we need a whole room to ourselves. Who else can we move off this check?
It's gonna be our house.
Then we ain't gonna be confined to the showers no more. Damn it. Do it wherever, whenever. No cameras allowed. What y'all doing? Oh, baby. It's the foolishness for me on this thing. You want this man to be real with you, but you're not being real with him. What are we doing?
And if you're not going to be real with him, then don't tell other people because that's just a whole nother level. Like if you really just like out here being an ass, keep it to yourself.
It's to yourself. The funniest thing is her poker face don't even work with the friend. Like when they're just having conversations with the other people, her poker face is like non-existent. She's like, yeah, what do you think about if he tries me? He can try it.
It's not gonna work.
Never gonna work.
Mm-mm.
He could try it. Like, I don't know, child.
I know she deserved that. He said no right in her face, and she's like, the nerve. Got him.
The guys are shocking the ladies tonight. They are shocking them.
Shock Fest. Shark Week. Shock Week. Not a Geographic Shock Week. These are old mom jokes. Sorry, y'all. Like dad jokes. These are mom jokes. I have no clue. Like, I don't know what more I expect. It's like at this point, I don't know if you just on the show to keep trying to poke at this man to make him look like some type of bad guy so you could free yourself of whatever it is that, because it's like, you ain't did enough from this man. Every time y'all try to have a conversation or need to have a conversation, you run up and run. You'll start to flip it on him or whatever and stuff like that, because she did this last week when they got into it or whatever. Now, granted, he makes it a bit easy because he gets a little petty. But it was, oh, you're being condescending and you make me feel unsafe. It's like, here we go. Like, what? I mean, like, could he have been condescending last week? A little bit? Yeah, probably so. But like I said, if you had played right into his condescending ways, you would have known. Because if you'd have been a little bit condescending back, you would have seen that if he really was or not. But to me, I was like, he's just actually talking to you. This week he did try to come in there and talk to you or whatever. And he did answer you a question, and he asked you a question. He actually asked you a statement, really. He asked you a statement. Let's be honest. He didn't really ask you a question. He was basically telling you what your hesitation prompted him to do. And it was more so we're starting to have a conversation on, do you even like me or whatever and stuff like that. And you still can't really answer right away. Like, that's why he chimed in.
But if it's a match, that's not a hesitation. If it's a match, that's not a hesitation.
Yeah, I recall a whole pause, hence why he chimed in. It felt like she said something and then he chimed in afterwards, and it was like, oh, you don't let me talk. I thought you gave an answer already. Says, me personally, I thought she did.
She said, yeah.
Okay. So when he chimed in, how is it not letting you talk? What more was you about to say after the yeah? Your yeah sound cutthroat and dry.
She doesn't actually have a very sparkling personality. Like, I'm wondering what she's judging him based on.
Him having too much personality for her to live up with? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a friend vibe. Well, then say that.
You don't even want to be that.
She has more personality with his brother, who's also her friend. I mean, come on. So even that's
he's not that into her. He's like, try Tai.
So she stay close by proximity.
I get he could be annoying by joking too much. And I also get some people's personality is too much for other people. And it's like, sis, you're going to be trying to dim his light every chance you get because it makes you feel some type of way. Just free yourself in that man. I don't like people that do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying necessarily that she's coming into a relationship to try to change him, because it's looking like she's not even caring if he changed or not at this point. But you're still holding on to him for whatever reason, instead of just letting him go. And I don't like when people come in and see that they are attracted to the personality that you have, but then when they get you or get with you and stuff like that, then they want to change that personality. I don't like that when people do that. It's just like, if you can't like me for who I am, just go away.
Leave me alone. Mm-hmm.
And she's not saying it to him, but that's her criticism of him. Every single time she says the same thing. He just always joking around, and then you don't like that. And if there was some like a goofy girl, and I don't mean that necessarily, like somebody who likes corny jokes and all of that type of stuff, and him and her can connect on that, it would be a different thing. With this, like you said, Jay, she just like trying to like bring him all the way down.
Yeah. It's like at some point, I don't see all the things that he's just doing so bad. Like that's what I'm saying. And y'all know how I felt about this man in the beginning. It's like, I knew from the beginning, and that's how crazy it is. I knew from the beginning his personality would be too much for me.
Wouldn't be able to do it. Would
not be able to do it in a relationship. Friendship wise, perfect. Because when I want to turn up and I want to hang out and have that quick little burst of energy, that's my guy. Day in, day out, nah. Nah, because I get drained. I need time to myself. I need to be by myself. And he gives me that type of person that is, if there's a quiet time, let me feel that air.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Sometimes I just need to sit in my quietness. Sometimes I don't even come in the house in the car, like leave the house, even if there's nobody in the house but the cat. Sometimes I don't even do it because it's like as soon as I get in there, ain't gonna be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like I need my decompression time. So I could tell people's energies off rip, like, okay, can I be with you? How could you not tell for the time that y'all was dating that this was gonna be too much?
Even online, she should have known that he would be too much. I feel like, you know, that couple on Boomerang, what you call it, the mama and the daddy, bang, bang, bang. I feel like Tai need a partner like that where she can keep up with whatever the foolishness is he got. I feel like I've seen that couple before where he's goofy and she loves every bit of it.
You see him. Oh, baby, we just rip off another piece, make two of them.
Right.
Coordinate. Gotta coordinate. You know what I'm saying? You need a partner to coordinate with. Just let him be. Free yourself too, because you looking miserable in all kind of ways up in this house and stuff. You living in other people's drama. You running from drama to drama just to find out you all in Charlie business now because you're not happy. Like, you know, I don't know.
And giving advice. Oh no, girl.
You can't give advice if you ain't. I ain't gonna say you can't give advice if you ain't doing it yourself, but you know, sometimes you can give that advice. Hey, listen, I could tell you it ain't working for me. Not talking to my partner, that ain't working for me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you should try talking to yours, because I can't seem to talk to mine. You know, our personalities don't match. I love when people say that one. That's just the easiest cop out. It's like
the energies don't match. That's never gonna get old to me.
Our energies are not matching. Okay, let's discuss on why though.
It's just energy. It's just there. I can't explain it.
I can't.
I feel like you said,
Jay, you won't get it. And that's what I'm talking about. See, because you don't understand, and I get it, and you don't. That's what I'm just saying. That's what I feel like Chris was saying to us when he was in that therapy session.
Chris refused to answer a question.
A question.
He gonna say what he want to say.
Please answer a question, please, Chris. Just answer one question. Because what was the round circle? Was he saying? Did y'all catch any of it? What was the question? What? Okay, so I almost forgot what the question was. The question was, if I get it right, wasn't the question, what is it she does, or what it does assertiveness and aggression looks like to you? I done found out about his mama, his family, his childhood.
He ain't said nothing about that lady. She's controlling when she asks to do the laundry. Are you for real?
Him living on his own, which I recall from now that he said it again.
Okay, so is it just me? Because I was like, he said that story when he was on Kojo's channel.
Uh-huh.
He was making it sound like a happy story. Then now it's trauma. It was a great thing, like how him and his dad, and I was like,
and he was basically living on his own because his dad was off to work or whatever, and he was in the house by himself most of the time. I do remember him saying these things, and like you said, Rhonda, it was a little bit more okay. He was a little bit okay, but I'm like, okay, Chris, you're just giving me an avoidant tendency. Like, and I, you know, this is Kojo's lane, not mine, but it's very giving me one of those that I'm not trying to be attached to nobody because people have hurt me and let me down that I've been attached to, or I've lost people I've been attached to. So I'm just not trying to be attached to nobody, but I'm just trying to figure out, how does that relate to a person asking to do your laundry being controlling?
Because he's probably very particular, or he's been doing it repetitively this particular way, and he doesn't want to give that to someone else. You know, again, he could be, you know, that's my clothes, that is mine. He doesn't see it as a service. He more sees it as you trying to do what he does. You trying to take over one of his jobs, rather than seeing it as an act of love or an act of a service. So I can kind of I can kind of figure Chris out in that respect, but everything else.
But and guess what? In that same regards, that's you being controlling as well, because you have to have everything. You have to have everything in a certain manner or whatever that you can't even breathe or exist or allow somebody else to be in your space because you feel like they taking over. So you have control issues yourself, and you're pushing it off on other
You
people.
saying it's her.
Yeah, you're trying to dictate and control an uncontrollable situation, which is life. You got control over it to a certain degree, but at some point things are going to just happen. Things are going to think. You need people in your life. You need people to help you and stuff like that. Somebody wants to take some of them loads off of you, literally, figuratively. I don't give a damn. Let them take them loads off and go wash them, please. Have some clean laundry. Have some clean drawers. It is okay.
Yeah, I understand that, but if he is, set in his ways, then even he may prefer his laundry folded a particular way, and she's like, "You gonna get it however you get it. I'm doing your laundry for you." And some of us are just happy the laundry is done, but maybe he's just, as you said, controlling even in that aspect of it.
And I am one of them people that said, don't get me wrong. You can wash my clothes all day. You can do whatever. When it comes to folding it, I do fold a certain way. My dude will fold my stuff and I will just refold it. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, appreciate it. You know why? Because I like the fact that if I'm not around, some stuff will still get done. Is it done to my spec or my liking? Not always, and that is okay. I'm not about to make a fuss over it and none of that stuff like that, because you fold the way you have been trained to fold, and I ain't got time to be teaching you a whole new folding technique. If you don't pick it up without put it down, it's cool. Actually, I'll tell you this: wash your clothes, push mine to the side. I get to it when I get to it. That's simple. But I ain't got to control or dictate how you do it. To me, that's just the wildest thing. You don't want to be in a relationship. That's how I look at it at all, period, and stuff. Because at some point when you get into a relationship, y'all energy, so to speak, start to merge. Y'all start doing things together.
I wonder if Dr. Ali asked him, how would you include her in your life? What does that look like? I wish we saw that question being answered.
That would have been a great question.
I don't think he's thought about it.
Chris has this thing like this man at my job be having, like, they like to say that this other person feels the way that they feel. Or it says something that they thinking. I don't recall Dr. Ellie saying any of the things Chris said she said about Alexis. I know she felt the same way that I feel. And I know that made Alexis feel some type of way. No, brother. She is there to listen to y'all. And that's why she brought up the fact that when y'all had that little game, why was your answer the way it was?
Foul on the play. That was an anonymous game. My answer should not have been brought up.
Foul on the play. The answer was already out there.
He told other people.
That's what I'm saying. That answer was out there, baby.
And he used that same excuse. And I don't think we found out then what she did that was so controlling.
Right. We ain't found out what kind of controlling outside of her saying that she is aggressive. She ain't say she's a controller, but she say she is assertive. She say she's aggressive. That's part of her culture and her ways. Outside of her saying it herself, we don't ever see or hear him talk about what it is that she does that he feels, even if it's just felt, is aggressive. Even to the point where she said, I'm planning this date and I don't even do that. Like how are you even aggressive and you ain't even planning dates, ma'am? Not aggressive in a negative term like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're not even planning the dates for men and stuff like that. So you're definitely on more of a submissive type. You're a princess or princess type.
By the way, he did mention last week that he would like for her to work out more. And so she planned a date for them to work out. But I know he was not talking about her with that little belly sitting over top of them tights that he had on. Chris.
His little man bod.
Huh.
Well, isn't that kind of controlling since she took over planning the date? Is that the kind of control that's okay? Is that the okay control? Because you could have said, no, I don't want you controlling. I'll plan a date.
Well, he was kind of nervous because he ain't been on no date with her since he took her to the beach.
Well, child, he ain't been on no date that night in LA either. You know what I'm saying? What good place could they possibly have been going to in LA at night? You know what I'm saying? LA folk don't be out at night like that. You know what I'm saying? Sundown, day down. That's it. We don't go out here. We don't go out at night. Not no gym clothes. Like 24 hours don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like night yoga don't exist or some stuff like this, But I guess. Let him tell it. So I don't know. They made it to a Mayweather thing. He enjoyed it. He was happy. He was excited about it. He felt some type of way. We actually seen them kiss for real. You know what I'm saying? Because we a lot of us, not us all, but a lot of us were skeptics on them first couple of pecks that they was giving to each other. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, He even told her kiss wasn't strong enough. She tried to be gentle in her kiss, and then he tell her kiss not strong enough. Now
I feel like the kiss was still suspect. I'm like, okay, I guess. Better than the first time.
But it wasn't strong enough. Still, it wasn't aggressive enough.
She can't do nothing right. Dang. He's
her and Tai.
He needs someone that's gonna be She-Hulk. You're gonna be regular, and then when the time permits, when he is comfortable, then you could bring out your She-Hulk personality. He confused. He is just confused.
I mean,
okay, Trey, you want to debate tonight?
what?
You're mincing words. First of all, after telling us let's not mince words, you started mincing all the words together and put them in the pot, child.
You sound like Chris.
Right. You want somebody docile and meek? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you mean, because being assertive does not mean necessarily controlling aspects either. Aggressive is not always a controlling thing either. I'm not understanding. You gotta elaborate more. Okay, you're not gonna just slide under this radar like Chris did, Trey. You could try that. You could try if you want to. Be Pacific, Trey. Be Pacific.
I'll be Pacific.
I'm not playing with you tonight.
He's yet to even say what she's doing that's controlling, though.
Still.
Right. Laundry.
Laundry is controlling, child. Don't do his laundry, okay? That is that one line he draws in the sand that would not be moved.
Don't try to give him acts of service, because then you're trying to control the service. So no breakfast in bed, don't try to serve him.
No BJs.
Yeah. Even though he thinks that bringing breakfast to bed is the woman's job. So
don't even get on top.
Do I cook it or don't cook it? I don't know.
Please. I'm telling you now, Rhonda, don't even get on top, because if you get on top, oh my God, all the control just went out. Like, you just lost your mind, woman.
Don't initiate. Heck no, don't initiate.
Okay. What? Don't call me, I call you. Okay, that's how this works. Like, what?
But
I don't know. I don't know. She can't win for losing.
And every time he says something about her, she has that same look on her face. Like, what?
What's that?
It's the look of the boom boom room is looking further and further away.
I don't know why she wants to go there with Hooked on Phonics.
Ain't no place I'd rather be than with you. Well, in that boom boom room. Yeah. Seems like that will never go.
That boom boom room been empty. last season, somebody was always in the boom boom room.
That's because one person was always in there, Josh and Shay. They ain't left the boom boom room. Between them and the old people going in there for exile. When they got exiled out the house, they went in there.
I don't know what I slipped in.
I don't know what she slipped in either, but
I can't be responsible, and I'm not taking accountability.
Child, it might not even been her that slipped nothing in.
That's why it was more than that icy drink in there.
I've had 3 drinks. I'll be over here preparing. Oh shoot!
His assertiveness was what?
First of all, Trey, a lot of things go with controlling aspects. Like, what is you talking about, Trey? That is, stop. Now you trying to act like Britney and them. Stop. No, you will not do this tonight. You will not. All right. No, she didn't slip it in there. She fully said it. That wasn't slipped in. That was fully said.
No, I meant that.
She said that with her whole chest. What? Child, Chris needed somebody that controlled and read them down on words and get it spelled right for him. Child, he needs.
How's he gonna function if I don't
control alt delete? He need a control alt delete in his life.
It's like how does she still wish to? But anyway, you know what? She it's proximity. It's a proximity thing. Because I'm like, you can't spell purple. You can't spell Bailey's. I mean,
at this point, she's like, the D got to be good. The D got to be fired. Because what? She like Jared. She just like, I'm just trying to crack at this point. I hope that's what she like. I'm just trying to crack at this point. I'm here.
Sounds like more disappointment.
Just as long as he ain't got to say or spell anything while in the midst.
Oh my God, imagine him start talking in the middle of it. I'll be like, okay, it's all right.
Never mind.
Cool. I'm all right.
But then you'll be controlling the situation.
Please stop.
Please put the square stop back up. Where's the square stop sign? Please put it back up. Somebody find it, please.
Your safe word is purple, but he don't understand.
Purple, not if he had to read it.
Poor baby.
Oh, child. I don't know. Well, by next week we'll be probably down a couple more couples.
Jay had episodes are there?
They were 5. They getting ready to play the game all over again. Oh, Lord, here comes Sean. Hey, Shawnee.
Hey, JJ. What's up, Rhonda?
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
What I done walked in on, because my timing is always impeccable. LOL.
We're getting rid of people in the house.
We're over here at the plantation.
That's not what I heard when I was creeping through the back.
You were singing in the background.
Say that again. When you were what?
No, Elsa, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it with you. Not tonight.
You were doing what? You were what? Peeking
coming
through the back?
on backstage. Coming on back. I'll change my words, because what you won't do is have me repeat that for you to get me caught up.
We just need to rewind it. I'll just clip it for Instagram. That's all.
Of course, I know you are. You just on demon time, I see.
Always. Child, hell, to be honest with you, was about to get up out of here, but now that you're here we are. So you
can speak for the men's in them.
I don't know. This episode took me on a roller coaster, of emotions. But yeah, I feel like Jared is diabolical. Jared is definitely diabolical. He used his sister to drive home the message that he don't want to be with Charlie no more. Charlie needs to, build up her self-esteem, as they say. She needs to build her self esteem because her self esteem is in the basement, in the toilet. Whereas this guy just pretty much, if anything I can give him, at least he said it for what it was finally. That he wasn't really interested in being with her. Seriously, he just wanted to enjoy himself and have a good time. And she's still over here trying to see if there's any hope for their relationship. Why she would want to be with someone like that? To me, yeah. So I don't know. She has me scratching my head. Brittany and Ty, I don't know who to be more annoyed with betwixt the two of them. They just need to back it up. I'm torn between if Brittany really is trying to spare his ego as she claims, or she's just trying to drag it out and get her full payout for being on to the end. Cause her messaging doesn't really line up for me that she really cares about his feelings. And who do we have left?
Chris and Alexis.
Yeah, oh that's right. She took him on that boxing date, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since she's so controlling, she did that.
Yeah, the therapist was looking at them like, y'all, she was Dr. Ali, I have a thing for her. But she was looking at them like, so what brings you two here?
Well,
Like,
I'm waste my
what y'all want? Because y'all ain't serious. Neither one of you is serious. I just came because I just thought it was a good idea to come talk to somebody because I ain't never talked to nobody before. But I want to talk to somebody. Nigga, what? Sorry. He just he has to be playing the character. He has to be because I don't take him seriously. And the way Dr. Ali was looking, she was like, Y'all just here to waste my time, but listen, I'm getting paid, so what? What is it?" He said, "Well, she kind of controlling, she just want to run stuff, and I have my fair share of control in life. I had 10 grandpappies and 10 grandmammies and stepdaddies."
Why is this so spot on? This is spot on because
It's
I'm tired of
like,
y'all talking
nigga,
about his
go
whole
away from
family.
us with this shit. I'm sorry. I usually don't talk like this. I'm not a big fan of the N word, but it's just like I couldn't take it. God, forgive me, forgive me. I apologize, Jay, but he just was wearing me out.
You can because I said that's how it was going basically earlier. I learned about everything but what made her control. And you came in with the accent and the wording that's spot on to it. Because we learned about his grandparents, his mama, the cat dog, the fish that they ate.
Yeah, I think he's just making it up. This is a bad improv class going wrong. And he's just faking it to make it. I'm not sure if she's hoping that at some, you know, he'll break and maybe, he's gonna give her the business. I don't know. I'm not sure what these two are doing. I really don't know. I wish I knew.
She rather he crack than break.
I hope she gets what she wants because this is torture at this point.
She'd rather him do whatever, as long as it's done to her. Shoot, child. I don't know.
And she was staying out of people's business, but he was in the business this week.
Oh my God. The way he stood there lurking was embarrassing.
I said, why him and Jay matching in the brown?
Uh oh.
Oh, baby. Baby, next week, though. Next week, though. Sound like Kiki gonna finally spill her beans.
She got to go home. She's been here long enough. She can't, she's had to snuggle with this man and other people are leaving. So she's like, he'll probably be like Charlie. Well, we can work past it.
Now, is she playing with us when they played the game and he said, her question was, what can you do to be more, make me feel more sexy or whatever? And she said, touch me. Was she just playing with Brandon or is she for real or what?
We don't know Sean child because she playing with us at this point, child. Because she says she don't do PDA and she non-affect. She come from a non-affectionate home. Now she want a person to touch her, like. But y'all broke the fourth wall, Sean. So you might have to ask her directly. She your friend.
That's your people.
You know what? I'm tired of y'all. I really am tired of y'all. I guess it was in my best interest that I didn't watch till later. Y'all can't harangue me for too long. I have
Well, she
not
likes magic.
exchanged.
She likes magic tricks. What kind of tricks do you know, Sean?
I don't know no magic tricks.
I know to make money disappear.
I don't know no Where did she say she like magic tricks? Did I miss that?
I messed up too. I don't know.
No, that's
she
Chris.
did.
Chris was playing a card game with her.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the ace of spade thing. I mean, ace of diamond thing. He did. I remember.
now, if the one who I am quote unquote friends with is Tati, not uh.
No, 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 no. Don't just try to disown her now
I
because
didn't disown her. Here goes Jane. Go
Quote
ahead, Jane.
unquote,
Here you go.
unquote.
We spoke on via Kojo's live. That's where me and Kiki, do you love me, talked in the comment section and via the panel. That was it. And it
And she
was me on the
does.
panel, and
She
y'all was
does.
accusing me of pandering.
me on
So
the
that's not
panel.
my friend.
That's
Yes.
me pandering to
Y'all
these women.
You sound like
y'all
Jared.
called me I
No,
was a
it
panda
was on the
bear.
panel.
Please don't put me with Jared because that dude is diabolical.
Not
He
you better
look you
call your ex. That's what they told you.
He looked at her. He looked at Charlie. You are right. I was wrong for that. I
Sean
was
was
the ex. Plot twist. I was the ex that she was still with during Brandon when her and Brandon first started talking.
plot
It
twist.
was me. Hello.
I'm
Is
the
it
plot
me you're looking for? I'm here.
Yeah, Brandon looking for you now.
twist.
It's the kids. Blame it on Kiki. I had no idea.
She was playing both of us, dog.
Exactly. Listen, I was just trying to protect my baby and provide a roof over her head,
You don't get a ninja
Who
back like
knows? She was all up and through the computer playing.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? We need to find there's probably some more people out here. We need to stick together. Us brothers need to stick
Let's unite. Like let's get the stones together. What's the what
together.
X-Men game?
Infinity Stones.
Let's gather our infinity stones and find the rest of these cats.
Oh my days,
Yeah, but
child.
my eyes have been open a little to Kiki. She's, she low key playing. So low key, high key, whoever, whatever key you want to put her in.
Kiki.
Kiki is
at
low
least
key, high
two
key.
keys.
You played it,
You got a key and a key.
Jay want them infinity stones so she can make a whole bunch of folks disappear out of that house.
Kiki.
Yeah, they
Jason
need to
is
pack
up
it
and
up.
up.
Brittany and Tai has worked my nerves for sure. The two of them,
Appar-
boy.
Apparently, the theme song for next week is "There's some 3 or 4s in this house." What?
Apparently,
See,
she don't work their nerve. Jay's nerves too. Jay done said,
Jay, listen, we
not
know
on my
she's
watch.
active in social media and all up and through everybody's channel and such. And we love somebody that wants to know, got their ear to the ground. But she be telling everybody else what they doing. But what is you doing? What is you working on?
Handling business from day one.
Getting people out.
Cause she got too much commentary for me. Come on now.
She getting people out this house, baby, because I'll be damned. You're going to be feeling on my man.
There you go.
She said, okay, you 304s up in this thing.
Yep. She's like,
I
listen.
got
She said, you're gonna be looking like, you know,
Especially
you
when
in
you
all the
ain't
wrong
touching
places.
yours. You ain't touching your man. So what is you doing over here?
Well, that's why I
Well,
guess Brittany said,
well,
listen.
apparently she's touching a whole, not just single, but the she's allegedly touching everybody else's man but her own.
But her reaction
they got some footage.
Her reaction in the preview wasn't amped up enough for me, because any woman that I know, that another woman who they barely know is calling you all types of whoas, you're not going to be like, oh, you doing too much.
What was that again? What was that, Sean?
Whoas.
I mean, if you was in there touching all the men, what you gonna say?
I mean, yeah, that's what I feel like. If I was been out here doing it, it's like, well, y'all caught me.
But where was that finger? Because the finger she had pointed, all that finger was pointed clear at Tai, all up in his face. Where was that finger? She should have had that finger up in Jay's face.
You see,
Jay's 6 feet tall.
And you see, she started bringing that finger back when Tai was like, all right, now. She started that finger a little bit closer and closer to her. She like, what I'm saying is, if you don't want to be around these fingers, you just walk away. And then she walked away. I said, oh.
Yeah. She was like, well, move. No, how about you put your fingers down? I move, you move, just like that. No, you move.
Obviously, she didn't watch Basketball Wives. She didn't know. She learned from Tammy. You don't do that.
Tammy don't like fingers.
Yeah. Watch all the fingers. Oh, Tammy, she wouldn't have had a chance to breathe with Tammy, because that one finger got in close to his neck. That she would have been tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, you started your finger go at an angle like this too. Like, all right now.
Jay would have jumped over that counter like it was a hurdle.
Yeah. Because Tammy she wasn't even talking with her hands. Because Tammy gets upset when people talk with their hands. You doing too much talking with you. She was pointing in his face. The fingers was going every which way.
Yeah.
And why was she doing that? That's disrespectful. Like, for real, get your fingers out my face.
Hella disrespectful.
But I wasn't disrespecting him. He was disrespecting me.
I missed that part.
Whose child am I? Like, because I'm not yours.
Yeah.
I'm not yours. We're not gonna do it.
Like a little boy.
I think he was like either triggered, or there was other stuff that she has said to him before, or an attitude that she gives off that he was reactive to in that moment. But it was both of them escalating, but she took it too far with the fingers, because when she said, you didn't let me finish, and he was like, well, can I talk? Well, can I? You know what I mean? Like, when somebody keeps doing that, they're being a jerk. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if the person said, let me finish, and they're the one that initiated the conversation, then you just stop and then you let them finish, and then you say what you got to say. But he obviously has this pent up energy with her, because he's seeing that she don't really like him, but she's dragging it out.
Right. This man is rubbing feet. He is filling up drinks. He is cooking breakfast in the morning, and it's like, you heeing and hawing? Okay, no. We can't. No. I need to go on strike. And this is his way of going strike.
One thing is, if a person starts doing like Tai, now we're no longer having a smooth conversation. I already said it. Like, we already kind of talked about this earlier, but I'll reiterate. If you come and ask me a question, I'll give you an answer, and I have a long pause within that answer, and you jump in. Yes, I might feel like you're cutting me off because how I speak. However, I know a long pause. So when I sit there and say, can I finish? And I don't never get to talk, this stuff, I'm going to shut down. Because obviously we're not going to have a conversation, because now you're being childish. Chances are right there, I'm going to walk away. And it ain't about to be no point, because I'm from an area I get to do it like this. You going to be doing something like this, and we going to be doing like, you know what I'm saying? So like, before we even get all into that space, let me just walk myself away, because you don't want to hear what I got to say anyway. When you keep screaming, can I talk? Let me know when I'm going to talk. Let me know when I'm going to talk. I can't even tell you to let you know when you're going to talk, because you're going to keep talking. So I'm just going to walk away anyway. At that point, it's like, just walk away. If you don't want to have the conversation in front of all these people, I'm out. I'm not about to do this in front of all these people. Bye.
I mean, I feel like the conversation was had. We established that we don't really like each other like that.
But
I don't know if there's a we, Rhonda. I think it's a she.
She don't.
Yeah, she don't like him, but he likes her.
Likes her either, really, though. I feel like, he on the same page as everybody else. Let's see what's up. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, he's just trying to see how far it can go. But the other part is, why is Jared playing the bedside therapist, trying to like have all these consultations with Britney?
Because he don't want to go home alone.
She been over there rubbing on his arms and things.
That's like,
Right.
why are you talking about, well, I think he needs this, and I think your love language and his love language? Sir.
He's trying to catch you with the tea on camera.
Yeah,
When
he
she
just
said
aggravated me.
when she said that's not my love language, I said, okay, she don't like that, man. Because generally it's not. It don't have to be your love language, but it's his.
Right.
You'll try.
I think that's where most people make a mistake, and I had to learn that myself, because your love language is yours. You have to speak to a person in their love language. It doesn't work like that. You keep doing your thing, and I'm showing you, you're not. You're showing him what you like, but you're not showing him or giving him what he's, his love language. So that don't even make sense.
And that's why I can't stand the internet.
Has she cooked him breakfast? Has she rubbed his feet?
They didn't even eat breakfast together.
But again, that's what she wants.
That's her love language, though.
That's what gets me upset about people just taking love languages and run with it. If you understand, the book is not that long. You read it, it's about learning yourself and also learning your romantic partner and giving them the things that they need, as well as giving you receiving the things that you need to fill you up. So yeah, it's, of course, his love language is not what yours is going to be. That's the point. You're supposed to speak his love language. Hello, like, wake up. So, Jared was on point with what he was sharing. It just was, to me, aggravating, because why are you getting in the mix of this? Where was this intervention with Tati and clairvoyance? Where was all of that at?
Where's the intervention with yourself?
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's even better. Start with you, the man in the mirror.
Yeah. But I mean, good message, wrong messenger.
There you go.
I mean, I guess it also means he understands it. So everything that happened with Charlie was deliberate. He wasn't trying to, learn her love language or any of those things. It was always a game.
Definitely Diablo. He's on.
Well, he's doing this too, so that Charlie doesn't pay attention to him. He needs something to distract from their issues until he's ready to be diabolical out in the open.
Well, guess he was ready.
Y'all are stressing Ari out with all this toe sucking. She is stressed out in the comment section, boy.
Who said toe sucking? Now I'm stressed out. Come on, man.
I
guess they done got there. He gave the woman a
she said
foot
toe
rub.
rubbing. I didnn't hear sucking.
No.
Yep. Listen, you got to see Ari's comments. I seen it.
Right.
And
she
is
said, "I'm glad he ain't slobbering on them toes." Ari started it. She triggered herself.
Okay. And I'm glad I
she gaslit herself, because when nobody talk about putting nobody's foot in their mouth, that's what
I heard toe rubbing. I didn't hear nothing about no sucking. Oh God.
See, I almost said something, but I ain't gonna say it.
Are you on the verge of getting blocked, girl? Quit playing in my chats. No. Not I'm gonna have words with you. She gonna exchange them feelings with you later. I said, be ready.
Oh, that's fine. I'll make sure to have some.
I'll have some sound effects at 3:00.
Meet me on IG at 3:00.
That's it. She's like,
I'll bring the sound effects. I'll bring the sound effects for you.
That meme is like, come outside, we not gonna jump you.
Right.
Just come outside.
Come outside.
We just want to talk. Why y'all so deep? Why y'all 5 people deep to talk?
Or the new one, invite me in. Invite me in.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh my days. I don't know.
But yeah, that argument, boy, in the kitchen with Brittany and Ty, that was the tussle of all tussles.
And that's saying something because first season we had some more tussles.
Yeah, first season was off the chain, but it seems like everything goes down in that kitchen. You know,
Man,
the one thing.
dinner and entertainment, Sean. What the hell?
Hey,
Dinner and entertainment, child.
She got up and the whole table got up. They all came to the kitchen.
see, that's what Alexis was trying, or Alicia was trying to tell y'all. Everybody being through that kitchen, disturbing people's peace. But y'all want to put her out. Y'all want to put her
She was
out.
letting people disturbing people's peace in their kitchen. She was all up in the kitchen fussing and fighting too.
Yep, it gets hot literally in there. And then Clay was kicking folks out. He kicked Brittany out. Can you just get out? I can't think. My anxiety is through the roof.
It's my anxiety. It's my anxiety.
I see that dance, the Will Smith and Tatiana Ali dance now.
Oh my God, that's kitchen boy. I'm trying to make a little meal while I get this entertainment going. So can y'all first of all, dinner must be made. Can y'all bring that in the kitchen so I don't miss what's going on? I gotta cook tonight. It's my night.
Brandon's like, I'm gonna wash these dishes while I listen.
Exactly. Point your ear right in that direction so you don't miss nothing.
It's like I'm just in here.
I'm gonna eat and watch y'all argue.
I'm not even gonna eat. I'm just in here to be nosy.
Chris and Alexis left the dining room to leave the fussing, and the fussing found them in the kitchen.
Yep. Alexis, oh, that's how you knew. That's how I should have known what time Alexis was on, because when they walked in the room and they tried to fill her in on what was going, she was like, easy, easy on the drama. Y'all fitting to ruin the mood.
I almost got him ready to go.
Exactly. I listened to him talk all silly and simple. We done been to therapy.
Alexis like, y'all done messed it all up. I had him in the kitchen on the way to the boom boom room with little snacks.
Exactly.
And here y'all come with the bullshit. Now he's standing there eating up all the damn chips.
He gave her a little, he was like, what was he say to her at the boxing room? Just give me a little kiss. Give me a little kiss like that. You know, just give me a kiss. Just a little smack. Little, that's it. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. What are you,
that
12?
has to stop.
The kitchen is small for the size of the house. Kitchen
small for the size of the drama in the house.
Yeah, so don't look like there's gonna be no matches. Maybe Jay. Well, we'll see Jay and Cinco. But in the preview, they were talking about, I guess he wanted her to move.
Yeah, the relocation conversation, which I feel like should have started like in the beginning of the
Hello.
We live in two different states, so
are you willing to, like, which are you flexible? Are you open to, and then that's how it should start. Okay, so now we know how to pace ourselves. Not now.
She's in Illinois. She's in Chicago. He's in Atlanta.
So he was like, selling it. And she was like, I have a child. He said, he's only 4. I'm like, Jay, I'm being Cinco, bro.
He's basically saying he's in preschool. He could start kindergarten in Georgia.
Yeah, somewhere else.
It's like, no, bro, it's a whole lot more than that. It's she has a network. I don't know. I want to assume the father is hopefully in the child's life. Where does the father live? Is her family and her friends all in Chicago that help her? Like, that's a lot to uproot and move with a child.
It's a lot, but what are we doing then?
Right.
Well, is he willing to step up, be the daddy that stepped up?
Yeah, but if he's asking you to move, that sounds like that's what he's willing to do or whatever and stuff like that. Get some hesitation, like, don't hold me, Sean. I can get some hesitation on the parts because I am moving my child and myself to basically a strange area. I don't know how you're going to treat me once I get there, this, that, and the third. That's a lot. I got to make sure I got my own escape route if I do this. However, this is conversations that y'all should have been having while y'all was talking how y'all getting to know each other and all this stuff like that. Because what are we doing?
And she was the one sliding in the stories. I feel like that's how it started. She was sliding in his stories. And then they finally decided to like start the conversation. So you pursued
He's
a
like,
relationship in Atlanta.
he said, "Come to the South. The water's warm. Come on."
Did she pursue it, or did I got confused? 'Cause I know the friend is a mutual between them two, but he said he had seen her or whatever.
In
So
his
she's
stories.
oh she states he's seen her in the story. So in the stories don't mean nothing. You're just checking out the stories though. She
Right.
never.
And so he
Yeah.
decided to yeah.
So it's not like he kind of pursued her in that regards and stuff like that. So I mean, I can see him in the pursuit, but it's like okay, once you realize you got to start having these conversations. Are you willing to move? Are you willing to do this? Like, if we get serious, what is your plan
What
on
does
how
it
we
look
gonna
like? I feel like that's a conversation even when there is no kids.
But then
What are
here's
we
the
doing?
thing too. Again, we're back to the masculinity of Jay. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing or whatever, because yes, she got to play mom and dad, but you're not trying to move into this man's house. You want him to move in yours? What we doing? Like, do you want him to come out there and find something of his own and then you guys work it out to move? Like, we still got to have a lot of conversation going on here that we haven't been having.
And whose job, like, does it make sense for the person to move? What do you do as a career that some people can, be mobile or, I don't know. I feel like it's, late in the game, but here we gonna have it. Let's talk about it. Bring back Dr. Ali.
Hmm. So sorry, y'all. Just trying to see something. So I'm like, what?
Well, doesn't he? She's a coach, and doesn't he still play international ball?
I don't know what they
That's
doing.
what it seemed like. And that's another thing. It's like, yeah, she a coach. She can't just up and leave like that. Finding coaching gigs other places not that easy all the time. So it's like it's a lot of conversation that we need to still have between these two while we having all this fun and all that. This is where it's gonna start to get tricky because now we done did whatever we did and we ain't established where we going.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Go
Yeah,
ahead, y'all.
they missed a critical step or two.
They did because it's like we boom booming, and it's like now we want to continue to boom boom, and now it's like, are we going to be able to do this, from Chicago to Atlanta? And that's, not a long trip, but that's certainly something that y'all should have been talking about while y'all were dating
From
online.
the beginning. We could go visit each city and decide which makes the most sense. Like you said, Sean, figure out what the time frame is, because that's not something that you just do overnight. When he said he's only 4, I get it because he's not like in high school or any of those critical times where he can't leave his friends or any of that. This is easier to do it when their kid is little.
Well, Trey is saying, let me know. It lets me know who's more serious about the relationship. It seems that Cinco is. So I guess Trey is trying to say that Cinco is the serious one, and Jay just here to get cracking.
I can't take that for 100 though. I'm not saying that it's not the case, but that's not always the case or whatever. It's just she got more in the situation that she has to think about. I gotta find school for kid. I gotta find job. I gotta, house and backup plan in case things don't work. Because now I'm not just up and moving myself. I'm moving a whole nother person. And then when I get to moving, it ain't that easy to remove myself.
And like y'all said, when you got a support system, now you got to figure out who gonna take care of your kid. You don't know these people. It's a whole nother situation. It's different than being able to take them over to your sister's house or your mother's house.
Exactly.
And it,
And I think it's a lot different too. It's like living with somebody and relocating to, be where they are. you really got to be super serious. Whereas I just think Jay is younger. I mean, Cinco is younger. He doesn't have kids. To me, I would, you know, I would think he would just be the one to be a little bit more open to the idea of potentially, or them kind of figuring it out versus being so set on, no, you need to move here.
Sean, they're the same age.
Oh, I thought he was younger than her. Okay.
They're both 30.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense.
But like Jay was saying, he
Really? I thought she was older than him a little bit.
no, they the same age.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like Jay was saying earlier in the past, at some point he's gonna start to inject his authority. And she's been like, in control the whole time. So here it comes, when it comes time to decide what are we gonna do now that we've met. Is she gonna be, receptive to it? Because Jay seems to be the one that's been running this whole thing.
Yeah, and Cinco, there are lots of international flights going out of ORD in Chicago. So if you gotta go play ball internationally, that is a very connected airport. But then again, as y'all say, he probably has his support system. He probably has his connects. So why are we not talking about the possibility? If this works out, how are we going to move forward in this relationship? Exactly. Like if this works out, how soon do you think? It doesn't have to be set in stone. It's drying cement. When would you be comfortable introducing me to your son? Because it's a lot to go on before you even move in. You still have to meet her son. And it doesn't, the answer of he's just 4 isn't a plausible answer.
Thank you, Elsie, because I was going to say there's so much more before the move we got to talk about. This conversation, the move conversation, is just one of many. To be honest, this is the first one that we have of many, of just to kind of get an idea. But as we start to solidify this relationship as something more than just cut buddies or whatever and stuff like that, that's when we need to really start having conversations on what it's going to look like. Are we going to move somewhere more mutual? Or we can move to a mutual spot. It don't have to be where I'm at. It don't have to be where you at. We can move somewhere mutual. Are we going to be in one of those things where I might have to travel for sports? Are you okay with that? Are you comfortable with that type of thing or whatever and stuff like that? How is that going to look for us? There's a lot of conversation that these two still will have to have and continue to have as this relationship grows. But right now, it's not a forced issue on, it shouldn't be a yes or no definite on if you're moving with me, if I'm moving with you right now. Y'all still new, like very, very new. Y'all ain't got to rush into none of this and stuff like that. And it's like, to be honest with you, with a kid involved already, you shouldn't be rushing into it. That child is not a game.
There should be some, you come stay here for a weekend and I'll come stay here and, back and forth and figuring that out over the course of time.
Yeah. Let's get to know each other a little bit more. Introduce ourselves to the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because the kid has to see us as a dynamic too. Like there's so much more to this relationship that still has to like organically develop. So I don't understand sometimes the need of rushing. I understand having the conversation or jump starting the thoughts of the ideas and stuff like that into the mind at some point of early stages. However, it should not be a definite on this is a make or break type thing or whatever and stuff like that, especially when there's so much nuance involved. When we're adding kids and all of these type of things in the mix. It's not just two adults with nothing to lose picking up and just jumping wherever we want to go.
I don't know, relocating to Chicago in the wintertime, that don't sound cute. I'd rather go to Atlanta.
I'll be by coast on that ass.
It's nice weather in LA.
Don't let this fool you, child. I'm over here. Child. I suffered today, okay? Because the weather tricked me, said it was going to be kind of cooler. Then I found out it was higher than expected temperatures on the daggone radar. And so I'm over here dying, and so is the people around me. Now it's cold again. So don't let this thing fool you over here.
Yeah, y'all have 3 seasons in one day.
Yeah, it's some bull. It's some bull.
We do too. It's called Hot, Hot, and Holy Hell
Where are you, Rhonda? What state?
in Florida.
Oh, whew. Y'all got them gators. That's what I can't mess with.
Yeah, every day I see a gator.
What?
The gator. Let me tell you, the gators aren't scary. But I was on a morning walk and I walked up on some warthogs. Now that was very scary. Florida is
That
the
is.
jungle. The gators are the least scary thing here to me.
Not Florida and turned into mini Australia.
That's what
Yeah,
everybody says.
yeah,
Cause then y'all got them. Y'all got pythons. Y'all have panthers. Y'all got
yeah.
too much wildlife
We
for
got
me.
a bunch of what's that dude? Tiger King. We got a bunch of those people around here.
Yeah, I'm good.
I listen. I
I'll
be
come
on
and
my walk,
visit.
and it might be a garbage bag, and I be slowing down. Like, okay, what's that first before I walk over there?
Yep, I remember. I'll never forget. I was visiting my aunt, and I saw little bubbles in the pond behind her house, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's just our friendly gator." I said, "Okay,
I don't
you got
mind
it."
him. He's in the pond, and as long as you don't feed him, he ain't coming over there. But the rest
Hmm?
of the things, oh,
He got legs, and did y'all know gators can run?
and climb.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yes,
I'm good.
incline. Yeah.
Thank
They
you.
can open up your screen door. So
Yeah, they are prehistoric, so they've
Run,
been here
run
before us.
fast.
So,
They could run fast.
yep.
But I mean, they're not scarier than a bear, and we got those too.
This is what I'm talking about. Y'all got everything in Florida.
Everything.
That's why I call them mini Australia, because Australia
they've
got all
got
the deadliest.
lions. They've got lions, tigers, and bears.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
my.
my!
Lions, Elsie. Yeah, they don't
They got
tigers.
liars, not lions, Sean. Liars.
We got both. We got both.
They got both.
Didn't you see
Liars,
what's her
tigers,
name,
and bears.
Sukiana? Did you see Sukiana trying to get some lions and tigers off in the back of that man's truck?
Y'all got to thank the Lion King and that other lady that was living down in Florida.
In
What's her
Florida.
name? He tried to off that lady. He tried to off
Beth,
that off her husband.
what's her name?
That off her husband. That
Mm-hmm.
lady. Mm-hmm. Child. I don't
Florida
know,
made me
child.
respect. I don't go into a body of water if I cannot see below. Florida made me respect that.
Well,
Well, I saw something about in New Orleans, or New Orleans, as they say. The guy
no,
was like, "You want to see if there's a gator in this water?" He said, "Is the water wet?" He said, "If the water's wet, there's a gator in it."
Probably, yeah.
if I sit here and send y'all all the pictures of my uncle going live while down in the canal, and you just sit there and see little gators pop up, he like, there he go right there.
We lost you for a minute.
Guys, I gotta be careful. Can y'all
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah, you're back.
Y'all lost me for a second, my bad. But yeah. But before we get out of here though, I just want y'all last thoughts because I still got to do my part two on Ashley. I still got to, but there's so much I still have to uncover. But how y'all feel about first
Ashley, and
of
what's
all,
her name?
no, Ashley and wasn't it? How do y'all feel first of all about is it Lauren and Cam? Is it them two that gave their pregnancy
Yes,
announcement?
yes.
Congratulations first off to them. How y'all feel about them?
Long overdue. Lauren and Cam were
I'm
first
not
season,
familiar.
and Lauren and Cam were first season. They were there, and there's also Amber and Barnett and a whole bunch of others. But um, awesome. They showed on social media their struggles to conceive, and I'm just so happy for them. They've gone through IVF. They've had a lot of struggles to get to this point and loss. And I'm really, really happy for them. So glad, and then, they got it sponsored too. So that's, cream on top. But I'm really, really happy
Well,
for
that's
them.
good.
Yeah, I think it was, if it wasn't, I think it's nice and shady that it came and kind of took away the good press from the other announcement. So
Well, another one bites the dust.
yes.
Anyone else?
You
Okay.
know,
No. Oh, John.
I'm really happy for them. You know, I didn't really watch their season, but I saw, a lot of their,
Am I
you
just
know,
not hearing Sean? 'Cause I feel like y'all, but
can y'all hear me or
or
no?
can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, we hear Sean and we hear Jay. You probably not hearing him, Jay.
I'm not hearing him. Oh, that's so weird. I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. You can't can you hear me
I can
now?
hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay. Yeah, no, I was just saying that I really got to enjoy them after the show. And I like their personalities. They seem to have a real genuine bond. So I'm really excited for them. Their journey, I got to see a little bit of that to fertility. And that resonates with me because I always, I learned about, the challenges of fertility while I was married, and my wife and I kind of went through our fertility journey with IVF and all the things. But really happy for them, and I mean I do hope that there's a part of this too that opens some sensitivity for people, because a lot of times when couples get married, they just start pushing. When are y'all having kids? Just let them be, and when they're ready, they're ready. Because I know that's one of Vanessa's things that she loves to do when she's doing the hosting, is getting everybody's womb. Leave them alone and let them find their way. But I'm really, really happy for them. I saw a clip on TikTok of Cam saying, when you see her out in public, please don't touch her belly. Don't do
Hmm.
that. We like the well wishes, but don't touch her belly, because he said he don't want to. He don't want to have to go to jail.
You won't have to stiff arm anybody. That's what he said. He will
First
do
of
the stiff
all,
arm. She's like, my baby daddy in jail.
yeah, no. First of all, I'm not even mad at it because I didn't really care for too many people touching my stomach when I was either, or whatever. And so politely, if I see a person, I try to ask them before I go messing with their stomach or whatever, because it was very irritating. I'm not gonna hold you. And secondly, please don't touch my baby or my baby mama or anything after we've been trying so hard. I do not need you to accidentally do nothing that mess what we got going on up over here. So yeah, keep all kind of distance. I'm not mad at them. Shoot, congratulations
You
to
don't
them
know them
too.
for real. You don't know
Yeah,
them for real.
congratulations to them, and may this be a healthy baby and one of many. You know what I'm saying? On to our other news of pregnancies. Okay. I guess we can like not let it be overshadowed by Cam and Lawrence news, and let it stand on its own. AD and Ollie decided to share that they were pregnant. However, doing some of my little bit of research, it sounds like, I mean, as we can come recall, that the wedding announcements was only like 2 months ago, yet the pregnancy seems to be a little bit longer than 2 months.
Do you see them hands and feet in that ultrasound?
Mm.
I'm just saying, I'm not announcing before the first trimester is up. So I don't care who pushing me. Don't jinx my baby. But that ultrasound, I was like, I'm trying to recall. It's been many, many moons since I've had a child myself. I'm just trying to recall, like, do we do ultrasounds that early that shows something more than just like, what is that? What is that that little dot right there? Oh, that's the baby. Oh, okay. You sure? Sure ain't something I ate. Okay.
Is she trying to get a show? Like, I mean,
It sounded like the engagement video I was expecting, and we knew it.
Hmm.
over their videos, to be honest. Wasn't she just standing at the altar with another man last year?
And was saved when that other man said no.
Congratulations to them, though, no?
Yeah.
I feel like Ashley.
See, Vanessa, when you stop, because she didn't ask about babies for Love is Blind Minnesota reunion. She didn't ask about babies, and I hear babies.
Okay, but I feel like Ashley should like have a word with AD about. She can't have a word with me, of course, because I've been there and done this already. But about having children out of wedlock, because I feel like Ashley been on her biblical like stuff lately. You know what I'm saying? She should go ahead and have that talk about to AD about how she's doing wrong, because you know what I'm saying. Like, first of all, ma'am, you're not in that secret wives club that apparently only Love is Blind has. I had to figure like I had to assume that she was talking about sponsorships of Love is Blind. That's the Secret Wives clubs, because I was like, what club is a Secret Wife club? But I guess I've never been a wife, so I don't know the secret. But then I'm hearing other wives don't know the secret club either.
The wives don't know the secret either.
Huh.
We daggone sure don't.
Yeah.
Ain't no Secret Wives Club, please.
I don't know. It's maybe in DC and Virginia area. So Elle said you're not invited because you're not in that area. You need to move.
Well, my children are under 4.
They're older than 4, so you can move.
Where do they live? Where is Ollie from? Have they had the whole conversation about who's going to relocate, or do they come from the same place?
No, he's in the UK. She's in LA, so he's moving.
He's moving here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She said she was going to the UK too.
They were talking about apartments and stuff like that here. Doesn't mean she's not going to visit or spend time there.
Time there.
Yeah, but primarily he's going to be the one really relocating.
How they doing that nowadays? You know, it's different from day to day. Is it visas, the green cards, or
in this administration? Listen,
she might as well go over there and have the baby over there and get the paperwork for over here. He can come visit when he can.
Well, hopefully they pass through my business on one of their travel adventures, and I get to meet them in person. You know, hopefully.
It's exclusive.
It's exclusive. It is. Well, we'll see. I don't know. But, you know, congratulations to them. I was just like really curious, though, because I was just noticing people say that they just got engaged 2 months ago. But, you know, that could have been filmed. Who knows when, though? You know how they like Netflix and them like to do, you know. It's not a Carlos Clean production, so we ain't got that much time to worry about. But I can tell you this much. The reunion.
All I did was announce my pregnancy, and all the Black women tried to tear me down instead of lift me up. Be happy.
Yeah, because that's why we announced it. They were supposed to build her up and take it easy on her. From not knowing anything of the interview. Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I don't happily ever after and all that. I just want to know what the happily ever after looks like when y'all be like at the altar and then back at the altar again right quick. And so what is your happily ever after, girl? It didn't say this. I feel like when we met her, she was on that same, like, you know, husband before baby.
Yeah, she was. When we met her, definitely, she was very, very clear about that and how much time after marriage to start procreating. But in these instances, you can have all the plans you want, and then life hits you a curveball, and you got to roll with it.
Hmm.
But hey, it is baby all around. I don't know who's next. I didn't check. See, y'all really should watch Love Is Blind season 1 if when you're looking for something to watch. It is a wonderful season. We have Runaway Brides. We have Runaway Groom. I mean, it did set the standard for it, but there's a lot of like backstory when you talk about the Lauren Cam, the Amber Barlett, the Gia of it all.
I
It
recall these
has
people.
a lot.
I recall
Huh?
these people didn't watch it. No point of watching it now. We know the couples are broken up. No point now.
No, well,
And we know what you call it having a baby.
Yeah,
Very good.
Amber and
Very good.
Barnett, they had a good trajectory, and they were very interesting that season, as the first.
But we know that one of the couples just blindsided his wife. That's what Elsie is trying to get to.
No, I was gonna leave him out of it, but yeah, Mark, who
Uh,
is part of Jessica.
put
Jessica
put
was
Ashley.
Jessica was wild.
I don't be remembering these people's names. I don't know how you do that. Once the show is over, it's the way my memory
Child.
works.
That's how mine's work too. It's like I don't know who. We got to start
Same.
talking
It
to
could
you
be
on a
the same
regular.
season and I forget their names, so don't even.
Ah, hey, don't even trip though, Sean. Cause I was on Tyrone's thing the other day, and they was trying to tell Phil who Chris was. He was like, who? On what season? And I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, you know half of his castmates. Like, what is
it's like you probably met him in person, bro. He's like, oh,
right? You was
okay.
down there.
It was
You
like
went
he
to
will
the
not be
reunion
taking me
party.
back to the
You went to
plantation.
the
I don't know him.
You went
he
to
hit
the
him with
whole
the
party.
Kiki Palmer. Sorry to this man. I don't know who this
But
is.
in all fairness, he went to the reunion, but I don't think he was at. I don't think Chris was at that reunion function with those people.
Oh, okay. I
So,
thought he was bopping all around.
nah, it's the one they went with Zoe and Chaz and all that. That's the one
Oh
that
no,
they
no, I
were
know
at.
that. I thought Chris because
Oh,
Chris bops all over the place.
I
So I
know,
just
but I think him and Maya was estranged at that time. So,
oh that Chris. I was thinking about Niger King
oh no,
Chris,
no, no, yeah, no, that Chris.
the one we met. Oh okay. Oh, because
She
he was talking
at this
about the
point,
show Never Ever Met.
yeah,
Oh, now I got it. I wasn't making sense.
yeah. You know what? At this point, he probably don't remember him either. So there's that too. I'm not. Let me not speak too much on him, but he probably don't because our boy be in another world sometimes. He be like, "Who?" I love him to death, boy. But yeah,
Well,
I,
congratulations to them. We don't want them to be doing many more think pieces that we're hating from outside the club.
Right.
Congratulations to Ali and AD. No matter how you got to your timeline,
the baby here now.
the baby is on its way. Looks like she was showing a nice baby bump. She's doing her TikToks talking about her, the angst of pregnancy. So she's full in it. So we wish them the best. They could be married. You know how these shows do. They could be married already for all we know.
For all we
You,
know, and
you,
you know how she like to tell us, mind your business.
Exactly.
you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of how people do in the timeline with Phaedra. That when Phaedra was expecting,
That's
remember how
Phaedra
long it
fault.
just
That's
missed?
all over social media
I don't
now.
know why we be
That's
lying about a
resurfaced.
timeline about a baby. Like you did it. You went ahead and did the thing. Just let it be what it is.
That was Phaedra lying to her people, trying to tell us that she was married. Okay, lady.
Yeah, because she's was always, especially back then, trying to appear as wholesome as possible.
No wholesome
Hmm.
person will be bringing Apollo home as their husband. It was giving the streets.
Uh oh.
Well, well, don't let Paula hear that. Child. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta finish my part two of all. uncovering these lies. I swear. Yeah, I
I
ever
saw
seen the
that
rich man's
video.
wife?
It's doing well too. It
Is
got a
it?
lot
I
of
haven't went back to check. I need to
yeah.
go back and check. I guess I'm not supporting the cause, you know. Look at me. Look at me hating.
Not from outside the club.
I'm outside the club. Trying to get in the club. There's some clubs I don't want to be in, so I'm okay. That's one
Like
of them.
the Secret Wives Club, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want to be a secret wife, so there's that problem. I don't want to be in that club, so I don't because I don't want to be a secret wife. Damn it, you got to be loud and proud about me. Damn it, I'm out in a public wife.
Secret wives, secret children.
Well, listen, those kids deserve better than Ashley. That's all I can tell you.
Agreed.
So, how do I cut across the fastest way? Why is there so much traffic? Why is people coming into town? Why? What's happening this weekend? What is today? Friday. What's happening out here in LA?
Friday, yeah.
Today's
May
May
30th.
30th.
Okay, nothing happening out here. The weekend is gone. Why is people coming into town?
Summer's about to start.
No, let this start somewhere else.
You rejecting it, huh?
I rebuke this. Uh, but yeah.
Unless you're into baseball, you know.
No, I'm not.
The Yanks are playing the Dodgers.
Not in that. That's the wrong area for the traffic then, because the game would be on. The area needs to be relocated somewhere else, not here.
At least right now.
At least for right now. Like everybody trying to get away from the game. But yeah, I don't have much else, Chad. I'm just stretching conversation at this point. So I don't know. Miss Wilson said that she saw Marshall on Pop the Balloon last night. Is that the next flick, Pop the Balloon? At this point, I refuse to watch any Pop the Balloon.
Yeah, it's
But
Netflix. The Netflix one I saw
I'm
on
sure
social
it is.
media too. I stopped watching that weeks ago. I couldn't
I
do it.
didn't even start.
Sorry.
So the Pop the Balloon people are making people. What were you saying earlier, Elsie, about the content creators and the Pop the Balloon people?
They did a whole sweep. So Pop the Balloon has a new management company. That's what they're saying in their letters. They put out not strikes, but basically hard requests to remove the content um, from their channels. And now they have contracts given a 60-40 split. If you wish to continue to react to Pop the Balloon, the content creator doing the reaction will get 60%, and the Pop the Balloon group will get 40% of whatever revenue they earn from those videos. So
However,
I'm
they get
waiting
to
to see.
dictate a lot of how the videos is aired, all of this other stuff like that too. So if they like the content, like how you're reviewing the content, they supposedly have in their contract. This is not YouTube's contract, by the way, but in their contract, they have ways that they can sit here and basically dictate how your video is being played.
And you cannot, I guess, demean or insult any of the contestants. You cannot dox them, but people are like, how can you dox them when you are putting their social media handles on the show? So it's a whole bunch of stuff, and what you may deem as insulting. Maybe how some content creators just go onto the IG and critique the pictures and everything on IG, and that could be deemed as insulting, and then they could pull your video.
Well, they don't want any engagement. I haven't started watching it, so there's no point in watching. There's way too many other shows like dating shows. That doesn't make sense for them as a business. People talk about something else then.
Well, they came on and said that, something happened with the system, because even they got They got dinged for using their own content. So it's a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes.
So they say, but you made a whole contract thing or whatever it is. Now it's either that you, the original creators of the show or whatever, have made this contract, or Netflix has sprung this thing on you, is now kind of like, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Basically almost pushing you out of your own stuff.
Right.
So, mm, oh well. Anywho, well, ladies and gents, I'm a bit the adieu because I ain't got nothing much to talk about this episode. I'm looking forward to next week's episode when we get to the 304s of it all. Because damn it, Jay. Okay, you better tell them hoes, keep your filthy paws off my man's silky drawers. Okay, don't be touching my man. Don't be touching mine. Shoot, Jay said she don't play that. She don't like that. Or whatever. And she want her out the house. Enough is enough. And they must go. And I need to see about that. And I need to see what Brandon gonna do. I don't know about y'all.
Nothing.
But if y'all ain't got no more to talk about, you know what I'm saying, give us let us know where the people can find you at, you know. And whatever. And then El Cid, go ahead and wrap us on out of here.
Okay.
Well, you can find me at Just Rhonda01. I'll be here on Monday with my niece. I'll be there on Mondays with my niece T, and we talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Never ever met. I mean, I get to it at some point or another, and then, yeah, I guess I'll be back on my Ready to Love spotlights. Don't ask me
Sean,
for a date.
Sean, where can people find you?
Sure. So you can find me on IG, Sean Davis 120. My YouTube channel is under construction, Sean Unfiltered, on YouTube. But please feel free to follow me. I saw, thanks to Jay and Kojo, I've seen an influx of subscribers, so I'm almost at the 1,000 mark. So
Hey.
thank y'all for all the support. I do appreciate y'all as I am under construction and figuring things out.
Awesome. And I am Elsa932. That's where you can find me on YouTube. I have a few segments. On Fridays, it's unscripted. And you could find unsolicited advice where people ask the internet for advice and we give it. I also cover Somebody's Son on Tuesdays on my channel with another content creator, actually Aubrey. And I have just been granted my first interview there. So if you watch Ready to Love, then Cam from Ready to Love Philadelphia has agreed to interview on my channel. And that will be next week, Wednesday, June 4th at about 6 p.m. EST. So really excited about that. So,
I might miss the first hour because I'll still be at work, but I'll be there. All right.
Yay. It'll be subscribers only in the chat. I am not as well known as Mr. Unfiltered. So it will be subscribers only in that chat. And I'm excited. I'm excited for it and looking forward to it. So I hope that we do meet over there on Wednesday.
Y'all make sure y'all be over there on Wednesday so y'all can hear what Cam got to say, to what he can tell us so far in the season, because we know pretty much all of them still on. They done left us on a cliffhanger in the middle of the season. Crazy work. Crazy. All right, Elsie, it's all you, girl.
Well, once you build your house on a deck of cards, it will fall. The thing is to recognize the deck of cards that you built it on, which are the lies that you're either telling yourself or the other person is telling you. So most of these folks tonight, there's a whole lot of lies around that kitchen. So just make sure whatever foundation you build your relationship on, that it is sturdy and it can stand the test of time. and we will be cleaning house next week because there's a lot of possible vermin. Okay.
There have been a lot of lies said around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can't believe.
Oh, yeah.
As I was saying.
Anywho, I miss House of Cards. That was a good show. All right, y'all. We out of here. See y'all later.